That is a touchdown.
What's going down? Danny G TV here in the house. What a game that was. The Niners get the win 26-23 in overtime against the Cincinnati Bengals. In Cincinnati, they improved to 7-6, and they're right in the playoff hunt, baby. Man, what a game that was. When it was 3-0, or I think it was a 3-3 game, actually, Jimmy found Deebo Samuel for the touchdown. That made it 10-3. And it is so good to have Deebo back. Man, the Niners missed Deebo so much last week. You didn't see a whole lot of him in the backfield in this game. Shanahan kind of changed it up, and we just saw him as a receiver, which I think is good for right now because you don't want to see him get hurt, and you don't really need to beat the Bengals necessarily, even though they do have a decent team. They had the better record going into the game. They're not really a defense that's that good where you absolutely have to run trick plays to beat them. So it was good to see Deebo mainly as a wide receiver. And then right before the end of the half, you got Jimmy finding George Kittle on the touchdown that was close. He just hit the pylon. And that made it, I think it was 17 to 10 or no, 17 to 6 going into halftime. And well, Jimmy Garoppolo played pretty damn well. He had 296 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, and Jimmy has just played so much better in these last few games, like I've been saying. Like, even in last week's game against Seattle when he threw 2 interceptions, his arm still looked good because a couple years ago, the whole talk was, oh, Jimmy just can't throw downfield. These last few games, Jimmy has just looked so much better with his arm. I remember there was a pass that George Kittle didn't get that went out of his hands, but it was just a perfect spiral from Jimmy Garoppolo. But the second half, the Niners kind of came close to blowing it. They set up the game-winning drive, but then Robbie Gould misses a field goal. But then, however, the Niners, and then of course Joe Burrow and the Bengals get the touchdown to Jamar Chase, and that put the game into overtime. That tied the game at 20 to 20. I'm sorry, it was 23 to 23. Yeah. But then the Niners put together the actual game-winning drive, and then Jimmy found Brandon Ayuk for a touchdown that was really close. Was not quite conclusive whether it was a touchdown or not, but of course, as you saw at the beginning of the video, it was called a touchdown, and the Niner Bar, the Varsity Tavern, the AZ Niner Empire chapter in Tempe all went crazy, like all the Niner fans across the world did, as they come away with the win, 26-23. Man, George Kittle is a fucking beast. He had 151 yards, 151 receiving yards, and he just looks so much tough. He just looks so tough. The Niners are so blessed to have George Kittle because he's just a tough player. Like, yards after the catch is so easy for him. And he's just impossible to bring down. Like, the Niners would not be, I say, where they are right now without George Kittle. The defense was spectacular. Of course, we saw K'Wan Williams, DJ Jones, Nick Bosa, Azeez Al-Shire all balling out. We saw Talua Hufanga filling in. He did pretty well as well. Bosa had a couple sacks. Joe Burrow and the Bengals still look good. They remained in the game, and they almost came away with the victory at the end. And if the Niners hadn't been able to put together that game-winning drive and somehow the Bengals got that win in overtime, all the talk would be, the Niners just aren't the team this year. They blew a lead to the Bengals, which they did in the second half as well. But they came away with the victory. That's all that matters. They're 7-6. They're right in the playoff hunt. But, hey, they need to win next week against the Falcons. They need to win the remainder of their games, which includes a Thursday night game the next week against the Titans. So the Niners need to win all these games so they can hopefully get like the 5th seed, the number 5 seed. But I have confidence, and yes, Jimmy Garoppolo is the guy. I don't expect to see Trey Lance this coming in even in any plays. The only time I expect to see Trey Lance come in is if either Jimmy gets injured, God forbid, or somehow the Niners are just running away with the game and they want to rest Jimmy. That's the only way we will see Trey Lance start, or will not start, of course, but like come in at all. And now, what that means for next year, that's for us to worry about, next season, in this off season, whether or not, Trey Lance is, going to be able to lead the Niners next year. Hey, who even knows? Maybe Jimmy will end up being the starter if the Niners, do something special, this year. Because once they make the playoffs, knock on wood, once they make the playoffs, hopefully, then anything's possible from there. But anyway, that's all I got. Danny G TV is out. Niner Empire, one team, one family, one goal. I'm out. Peace!